So I want to explain this picture to everybody. Right here, you've got me, right? This is me holding my tools, and this is like some type of cave, all right? And upon exiting this cave, I heard trumpets. And so I followed the trumpeting sounds, and I found these mammoths grazing by the tall reeds by this crystal blue water that goes all the way through this, and it connects to this major source of quintessential ether. And this is a central sun. And then it comes back this way, and this is a waterfall, and this represents a rainbow and a pot of gold. And over here was an ancient city that I had found in this vision. And this is a spiral. This is a landing pad. These are just little buildings. This is a cobblestone street. And this is a pyramid. It's got stars, moons, spirals. And then on the side over here, there's a library. And this library had a book inside of it that I found. But this library wasn't no ordinary library. It was more like a living library. Everything was alive. Trees, shrubs. There was this quintessential river thing that was inside it that also connected to this major flow. It was just kind of significant in a way of the eternal organic living source that we are made up of. And this is another thing back here that I had drawn up. It's the ascending path and the descending path. So you've got your angelic side, which is the positive, and then you've got your demonizing, which is the negative, right? And things associated with ascension would be laughter, smiling, hugs, love, helping out, community, service to others, spirituality, selflessness and righteousness, perseverance, persistence, faithfulness. And then on the negative aspect of it, being alone, fighting, arguing, hate, anger, hitting, frowning, crying, selfishness, hurting others, service to self, and faithlessness. Those are just a few things that are associated with the ups and downs of life's paths, which I found was pretty significant, right? And this is another book that I'm working on, but I'm still trying to get all my work together in one piece so I can get published. This is just one of many books that I'm working on. All right. I'm just going to quickly skim. Pause a little bit on each one so you can read what it says. If you have to pause it to read it, go for it. I don't have the time to sit there and for 5 minutes each page so you can read it. So if you need to, go ahead and pause. The 9 insights I found out of a book, and I put my own words to it, but it's the book called The Celestine Prophecy, and a pretty good book. I read it 4 times. I don't want to spoil everything, but you get the idea. I've handwritten a lot of this. The energy is different when you handwrite something. So I've got a lot of content here that I will be talking about in the future upcoming videos. I've discovered an 8th chakra, which has to do with our will, our spirit and our will, and it's connected also to the heart. And how to break free of this is learning how to use these things properly, these abilities, these basically they're innate abilities that we can activate by learning about them and how to use them properly. So the will is basically the initial feeling that you get when approached or presented with something. When you walk into a room and you suddenly have this feeling that people are staring at you, that's your will telling you that there's people staring at you without you looking around first. Or information that you come across that just initially doesn't feel right. That's your will. That's the going off of your will, which 10 times out of 10 it's correct. Your will won't lie unless you're intentionally spoiling yourself and intentionally looking into it too deep, or thinking twice about stuff. It's like the impulsive feeling that you get initially is the will speaking out. And I've got little drawings here that, that I've made. I wrote about all the heart chakra located behind the heart itself. A dirty heart chakra can and will lead to heart attack, heart disease, heart murmurs, etc. An unhealthy heart is why so much lack of love is being shown nowadays. Not because we're wrong, but because we are not sending or receiving unconditional love in the proper ways. Much of our bodily issues are caused from blocked energy centers. And here's a little bit about meditating and cleansing, how to perform a simple cleansing. I'll get into all these things later, right? Just a quick little video. Then the kingdoms, I wrote about the kingdoms, which I will go over this in depth also. But here's the picture of the kingdoms. See, there's 4 kingdoms. The heart on the outside is the 4th, or the main kingdom, and then you've got your physical, mental, and earthly, right? Then you've got your love, which is a kingdom of that you can't see, but it's there. Then I've got writings about discipline, right? Devotion, authenticity, and that's where I stopped in this book. But I mean, you get the idea. Thanks for tuning in. Till next time. Peace.